All right, this is actually, I'm sort of interested in this. Was it worth it? Let me work it. They sold houses for $1 in Italy. You guys hear about this? $1 you could buy a house here on the condition that you actually fix the house and live there or some shit. It was a way to save a dying city, right? It made a lot of headlines when they launched this campaign. So did it work?
Imagine paying as little as €1 for a home like this. That's what happened in Italy a few years ago.
In parts of Italy, they are practically giving houses away.
Just get a house.
The plan was to inject life and money back into dying towns. But for many foreign buyers, it wasn't smooth sailing. We met Tamara and Gary Holm in 2019 when they had just bought their home in Sicily.
Words are failing me.
The couple had their work cut out for them. It seemed the house had been untouched since the 1960s.
Oh, this place is a lot.
We went back to Sicily to see the transformation and find out exactly how much they spent on it.
Okay, let's talk money, because that's what everybody
Well,
wants
that's
to
a
know.
house?
How much did this really cost?
So did the Euro home scheme work?
So a lot of my friends were
Didn't they check it before they bought it? Well, I'm sure they knew that they bought a rundown house. After all, they paid €1 for it.
I mean, look, it seems like a scam, and it's probably too good to be true.
And beyond the €1 price, how much did buyers actually end up spending?
But then if you do fix the house, is this fixed? You'll end up having a nice looking house in between all these shitty rundown houses. Will take away some of the experience, unless everyone else, of course, buys the houses around you. That house looks nice here.
We're here.
Ready?
Via Delfino. We made it. We got the keys.
This was Tamara and Gary Holm in 2019.
The lock works.
They began their search for a Sicilian home, like many others, after seeing the media hype surrounding the scheme.
We heard about it through the CNN article. So I think we definitely had some doubts of like, are they really selling houses for $1?
The couple narrowed their search to the town of Sambuca in central Sicily. Like hundreds of towns across Italy, its population had been shrinking for decades. As younger generations left the countryside for bigger cities in search of work. Originally, the local government put up 16 homes in Sambuca on sale for €1. Most sold for that amount, but some in better condition went to auction. That's what happened in Tam and Gary's case.
Yeah, mi piace.
Oh, this
They
is the
bid
better
€5,000
condition.
for a house and lost. What they ended up buying
Hi, Cohen.
was this.
I kind of knew that what we ended up buying was the one just in my gut.
A more than 600-year-old townhouse with 2 bedrooms and a roof terrace with views over the town. Wow. Instead of €1, it cost them $19,000.
Oof.
At first, the couple thought they'd just spruce it up
Simple, I think.
and have a place livable in a few months.
We went in thinking, we're just gonna paint it nice.
Yeah, just some new furniture, some new appliances, bada bing.
But they soon realized
Bada bing,
they'd
bada
have to
boom.
spend a lot more money than planned.
Yeah, because it needed plumbing, it needed some electrical work, so there was definite work that needed to be done.
On things like repairing a leaking roof that had caused mold throughout the house, and moving walls to create a
That's
more
not
modern
fucking mold, is it? That's literally like algae growing on the wall.
throughout the house.
Well, cat, don't eat
And
that.
moving walls to create a more modern
That's
living
still cheaper than a normal house, though, right? 19K is better than 500K. Well, yeah, but then after you have to count the total cost after renovating the whole place, or it doesn't matter.
space. On top of the €19,000 for the house, they paid €4,000 for the agent's fee. Then a one-bedroom house next door came up for sale at €8,000,
So then we had to buy that, of course.
which added another €4,000 agent's fee. To join the
Wait, they paid $8,000 for the house, and the agent took 4K. Nice deal for the agent. What the fuck? That's some Wolf of Wall Street type of premiums.
two properties, they needed to tear down a 3-foot stone wall. The central staircase needed re-engineering.
Aha!
So then we have to go from that lower point below here, up into this room, and up into
To do this on a
And they
dirt.
put new support beams in place.
You got to make sure the place doesn't fall down. It's been there forever, you know?
And so that restructuring definitely was a bigger expense than we had anticipated.
After 4 years, this is how it's been transformed. Refinished walls, new tile in the bathrooms,
Ew. What does this look? I don't like it.
In a refurbished rooftop terrace that will eventually hold an outdoor kitchen. As for
4
the total
years?
cost of the renovation, we'll let Tam and Gary do the math later. It wasn't just young people moving into the cities that emptied out towns like Sambuca. An earthquake shook Sicily in 1968, reducing thousands of properties to rubble and leaving many more too unsafe to live in.
Devastation in Sicily, where earthquakes have obliterated whole towns and villages south of Palermo, the capital.
Damn.
Now, more deaths and injuries have brought about a mass exodus to the Italian mainland.
Some homes remained untouched for
Thanks,
years.
Samson, for 37 months.
New settlements were built outside.
Well,
the
maybe will these cities pop off again as working from home becomes more common and people don't have to live in the city? I think most people still won't move out to a place like this, though. They'll maybe want to live in like the suburbs or something. There's no internet? Nah, surely there's internet here. I mean, I understand it's a small remote village, but man, internet's like everywhere now. If nothing else, you could probably get like some Starlink or some shit.
Old town centers were neglected. Italy was also hit hard by the global economic crisis in 2008. Many residents left the country altogether.
We need to improve our town, so the more people come, the better we are. There's not much work here right now.
Italy's first 1 year
Working from home sucks. You get schizo after a while. You know, well, I've been working for home for like 6 years now. I guess I am a bit schizo.
scheme started in Salemi, a town in western Sicily, in 2008. The town had around 4,000 old, crumbling homes.
You mean working?
Many owners couldn't afford the cost of
Jump, make a
renovations,
little.
or the tax they had to pay on a second property.
What
So they
work?
simply
I run a
handed
very successful online kindergarten.
them over to the city to sell. The scheme spread across Sicily and to the mainland. And by 2019, headlines were attracting buyers from around the world. But as quickly as news spread about the €1 homes, so did reports that the scheme might be too good to be true. On top of the purchase price, homebuyers face added costs like legal expenses and agent fees that can range from €2,000 to €5,000. To make sure buyers actually stick around and invest in the property, some schemes also ask for a deposit of several thousand euros, which will be
Well,
returned.
I mean, duh. Did people seriously think they could just have €1 and just get a fucking house and then just coast with it?
But the renovation work on the facade is completed
Doesn't make it
within
a
3
scam.
years.
Where I grew up, there was a huge city town hall, massive, and they were gonna destroy the whole house. But then a guy bought it for 1 Swedish crown, which is like, what is that? 10% of a dollar. And then, but here's the deal: he couldn't buy the land that the building was on. They wanted something else there, so he bought the house for 1 crown, and then they moved the whole fucking house. They literally put the house on wheels and they rolled it away and put it in a different spot. So that's where the cost came in that he had to pay for moving the house. But the actual massive fucking building, he paid $0.1 for. Pretty cool.
But there was also the state of these homes. While some homes could be restored and made livable for between $15,000
Sana George, unironically, I don't want to. You should just open up ChatGPT. You ask questions in the way where ChatGPT would instantly give you all the answers you ever had to all your bizarre questions. Actually, just boot it up and just put these sentences into ChatGPT and stop asking me. Stop asking me.
and €30,000. Some buyers spent as much as €100,000 fixing them up.
Musumelli. Buongiorno,
Danny McGovern
principessa.
bought a €1 house in the Sicilian town of Musamelli in January 2020.
Oh, nice
I wanted
goggles.
to live somewhere that was quiet and tranquil. I guess the antithesis of London, because I'd been there for 23 years.
Danny spent several months looking at more than 24 homes before settling on this one, which he bought for €1. But then the pandemic struck.
I want to start saying 24 to things.
Danny was stuck in London, and the property suffered.
And then when I returned to Musamelli, there was a lot of extra damage that had been done to the house.
A leaky roof in the house
Thanks.
next door caused a massive amount of water damage in Danny's home.
the cost to renovate it were doubled. So this was the original €1 house that I bought. You can see though, because it hasn't been looked after, it's just continuing to crumble.
Danny sold the house back to the agency for €1.
So even though you might find one that's a €1, you've got to be really careful to look at, what are the houses next door? What conditions are they in? This would be a money pit for sure.
Right, that's what I'm saying. And also, couldn't the whole thing crumble down if the other houses aren't fixed?
What he eventually found was this house.
I got this house for under 10 grand. It's in good condition. I still need to do quite a bit of work on it.
A lot of this stuff reminds me a lot of Yaba's house in France that they're fixing now. It'll be interesting to see what that looks like.
Bathroom needs to be totally renovated. It's a really old bathroom.
France.
The house was also furnished.
Buy one?
Which is amazing. And then we go up another level. The main things for me and what you need to look out for is, are the foundations good? Is the roof good? The houses next door, are they in good condition? Are there people living in the houses next door?
This is
and
nice.
This house to me, it seemed to be fine.
And perhaps the best part of the house, the stunning view over the Sicilian countryside. Before buyers like Danny started snatching up homes in Musamelli.
You stay at home and get Apple Vision Pro instead and get that view in your headset.
The population had fallen to about 10,000. But if you counted all the empty homes, there was enough space for 40,000. This is Totti Negrelli, the deputy mayor of Musamelli.
NPC walk.
He helped set up the €1 scheme here in 2017.
They call it a scheme.
The whole town was empty, so we want to repopulate that part
Is a scheme not a negative thing? I always thought it was.
of the town.
The plan was a success from the start. In the first 5 years, the town sold 300 houses.
Now we can see a lot of people from all parts of the world that speak English, speak French, speak Spanish.
Unlike Sambuca, Musamelli doesn't sell homes at auction. Their Euro homes all sell for the €1 ticket price.
Nice.
But what are called premium homes can be bought anywhere from 5,000 to 60,000 euros.
Consider that at €1, we have sold maybe 95% houses.
The influx of foreign buyers has brought a boost for local shops and tradespeople.
I was going to say, if you're so there's not a negative connotation. A lot of people use it with a negative connotation. Anyway, this must have been like a godsend for construction crew people, though. Holy shit. So much work.
As 10 times more tourists are visiting them before the scheme started. The boost from new buyers, on top of the money from the EU and Italian government, is allowing them to invest €70 million into the town.
Tony
Plans
Macaroni,
include
don't you have some
roads
Russell Vaults to go
and a
jerk
more
off
than
to?
€1 million remodeling of the town's central square, Piazza Umberto.
We want to invest in the whole town of Musamelli because we want to give more services to foreign people that invest here. We want to give more energy to this part of the town.
In the US, scheme is negative. In the UK, English is just regular. Interesting. Can you please do my cooking stream? We had an idea yesterday, chat. Yaba should make regular waffles and sugar-free waffles. And then I should do a blind test.
And Danny is already bringing energy back to Musamelli. He opened the Good Kitchen in July 2021 with the mission to provide free meals for the town's most vulnerable populations, like the elderly and the poor.
I wanted to start a project which would give me the inroads into life in this town.
He rents what was an abandoned store in the town's main square for only €150 a month.
It's grown into this beautiful hub in the town where we have cooking classes for kids.
That's nice.
We do a Sunday lunch where sometimes we have up to 50 people come and eat and sit down and share a meal together.
Danny collects surplus food from the surrounding area and delivers meals and produce to families in need every week.
My friend there,
nice
Angelo,
guy.
I meet with him every Thursday. He collects a lot of surplus produce from that market.
When we visited Danny, the Good Kitchen was celebrating 2 years of serving the community.
Feels like the first year. Lots of people here, lots of pasta.
That looks good.
Everyone here with a good intention and full of love.
Watch the latest update video. The mob killed them all.
Back in Sambuca, Tam and Gary are slowly making friends. The couple lives in Los Angeles most of the time, but they try to visit a couple times a year. Today, they're visiting their local winery. Not only is the town beautiful, they say, the people are equally warm and inviting.
I think one of the things that I really fell in
Sprawling nightlife too.
love with in Sambuca was the people. Everyone has been super welcoming.
Thanks to the €1 scheme, the town is home to a large international community.
People that already lived here for generations and generations
Kinda dank,
are
though.
so nice and so cool with that.
What if you had like a bunch of friends, you know, and you all bought a $1 house in the same place, and then you could all like go vacation there together and all have your little house, stay up all night and watch the sunrise and do heroin or something.
And ready to like make friends with people from around the world.
I think they see the value in outsiders coming in to sort of rejudge the economy and tourism, and I think it's definitely a boom for the town.
But the homes say potential buyers need to do their homework before taking the plunge.
Rejuice?
And they should visit as many times as possible. Most €1 schemes will only allow people to invest if they're there to collect the keys in person.
Make the adventure, you gotta hit the road and see if you
buy me a house
connect
there?
with a town. You know,
I will buy you the house for the €1, yes. I will pay €1 if you buy a house here, if you do everything else. Take a picture of yourself in the city by the real estate agency, and I will PayPal you the €1.
buy and not even know anything or no feel for the town. You gotta get up in there.
It's not an experience for
Yeah,
everyone.
you can do a Twitch chat city. I'll buy you guys all houses. Just go there first, though.
Learning the language is key, especially when dealing with contractors and local bureaucracy, which can be a lengthy and costly process. For Danny, he spent about €10,000 for a home that was move-in ready. As for Tam and Gary,
Our whole rental budget was around €120,000. So 30 for the houses, 120, 8,000 in fees, so around 160,000 all in is what it looks like. And I think we're pretty close to that. I have some math to do, but I think we're there.
after renovation,
I mean, that's still not that much money for a house, but, well, actually, that totally depends on where the house is.
the couple was left with a 4-bed, 4.5 bathroom house.
Four bed.
The average price for a home this size in their native LA would be over $1 million.
Right.
But it brought us here. It brought over 100 people, apparently, into this town to see what you can get for not a lot of money and just get this sort of dream. You know, who doesn't want to have a house in Italy?
But 60K for a house, no jobs? Yeah, I mean, it's a vacation home, isn't it? Hang on. What's the cheapest house I can find in Sweden? I'm trying to look now. Chad, this house? 10K. 10K for this house. 115 square meter. Not too bad. 10 grand. What else? Oh, these are all rentals. Wait, Wait, what? No, this must be... Oh, this is rent... Wait, why am I finding rentals? How do I change this shit? To just buy. I don't get it. This one's also 10K. Nice. 150 square meters for this house. Or 10K for this 150 square meter house. Oh. Nice. You're all very on crack then. Look, it comes with an extra building. Still cheap, yeah. Yeah, not bad. Could Wait. Oh shit. Wait. The people selling this is not people. Kronofogden. That's the. That's like a government entity. Most likely, this house probably was seized. What's that called? Someone didn't pay their taxes. So now there's the government selling the house for 10K. Not a single picture from inside. They probably don't have the keys. 10K euros, dollars, almost the same, isn't it? There's a best of internet daily notes. There's the new unusual memes. This thing looks insane.